Hey, good afternoon there, YouTubers. May the good Lord bless you. Hope you have yourself a wonderful weekend. Hey, you all, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a game bag. What's a game bag? Well, a game bag is a bag that you carry on your side, like the old timers did, to put their squirrels and rabbits and grouse and stuff like that in. I've had a couple of them. I give them away and made them for people, but I'm going to make one for myself this morning or this afternoon, and I'm going to take you along for that little journey, show you how I'm going to do it, so stand by. Everybody needs a game bag. Instead of carrying two squirrels in one hand and a rifle in the other, you need yourself a bag to carry that stuff in, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing right here in this video. So let me give you a close-up and let you see what I'm doing. All right, you all, you can see that two pieces of paper that I've got taped together, okay, so that we can make a pattern with it. I want this bag to be deep, so this is copy paper, you guys. It's 12 by 9. So I got two of them together. That makes us 18 by 9, okay? So what I'm going to do is I want this bag to be pretty deep. This is just simple, basic stuff, you guys. Now it's 8 inches deep, okay? Here is our top, our flap to flap down over it, so the squirrels and the rabbits don't jump back out of it, okay? And this is one of my basic ways that I do these things, you guys. And it's very, very simple to do. Now you don't have to do this right here, but I always round up the edges of my bags. I do that because it just makes them look better to me, instead of making them square. So just round them up. I will also round up the top of the flap as well. I think it just makes it look better. Let me get that right, Mike. Hope you all can see that. Now I don't have any buckskin right now. I've ran out of buckskin. You also want to make it out of an old leather apron that I've been using for years to skin and flesh with, but I'm going to get me a newer one with that's more waterproof, because suede leather lets water and blood and stuff like that leak through it over time. This becomes really nasty. So we're going to make a game bag that looks just like this right here. There's the pattern. That is just simple to do. All right. So let's put it on the piece of leather and we'll cut it out. So let's turn it over this way so that that flap stays down the way we want it. Get it squared up at the edge. There we go. And I'm just going to take a magic marker, you all, and go all the way around this. One thing, the old stove sure feels good. I don't know how it's been in your neck of the woods, but it's been pretty daggone chilly here in the state of Virginia here the last 2 or 3 days. So there we have the pattern marked out. Pretty simple. Almost got it cut out, you all. I just like the way the round corners look. I think it just makes it look more professional looking. And there's the top. A little section right here we need to slice out. Now you all, if you want to find some cheap material like this, you can go to your local Harbor Freight and you can buy actually buy aprons really cheap, okay, for welding and stuff like that. Take those aprons and cut them up and make your stuff out of them. That's one way that you can do it. But you can see where we're going here with this, okay? So let me clean the grass off of this. I actually was using that one to weed eat and keep stuff off my clothes with. But here's where we're going, okay? Here's how we're going to make the strap, you guys. Take you a straight edge. This is 1 inch wide right here, okay, and long enough to get me a strap out of that. So I'm just going to mark it and I'm going to cut it out. All right, you all had to cut 2 pieces out of that right there to make the strap with. Reach all the way around me, okay? So I have to sew those together. I have to sew them on the bag when I'm done. So let's sew up the bag, then we'll sew the straps on. Leather punch, you all. That right around there to the center. Now you all, it's just a simple procedure. You've seen me do it before. Turn that thing wrong side out. And we'll start right here at the top. Once we find that first hole, we'll be doing good. Find the first hole. And there it is. So I'm simply going to do the whip stitch, you all the way around this thing. Instead of the running stitch, we're going to do the whip stitch on this. Make sure we get this first one just exactly the way we want it. There we started out, okay. I'll get back with you along during the procedure, okay? Now, I will say this, you all. If you don't have a piece of leather to do this with, and you've got some really good sturdy cloth, you can make it out of cloth as well. The game bag don't have to be made out of a piece of leather. You know, these hunting coats you can buy, they're not made out of leather, but they got a game pocket in them. That was a popular thing back in the old days, you know, to have that big old game coat. My daddy had one of them. I used to have it until I wore it completely out. But it had a game pocket in it, and you know, you just stick them squirrels, rabbits in that game pocket, grouse, stuff. Utilize it that way. But I just like to go the traditional way if I possibly can. I'm almost done with this one side. The whip stitching You got to make sure you double the length of your thread you're sewing it up with. I'm using fake sinew right here, you all. This is called braided sinew. It don't separate like the other kind does. It's bad. Anyway, if you want to sew it up, get your wife to sew you one up out of an old pair of blue jeans, or especially if you got a sewing machine. You could get you one made really quick that way as well. You know, it's just like making a possibles bag. Game bag, you could carry your food in it. Because I've actually done that before on hunting trips. You have a, you know, especially when you're muzzle loading hunting, and you're doing everything the traditional way. You put your food in this bag and carry it as well. But what I like about suede is you can hand wash suede, and it won't stiffen up on you too bad when it goes to dry out. Naturally, you're gonna get blood and hair and things like that inside this bag, feathers, whatever it is you're trying to carry home. So that's just some thoughts. But I will tell you this, I highly recommend you guys not sewing your boot up, for one thing. Get you some long needles, okay? Because the little bitty needles is hard to sew. Even though you've got a hole punched in this stuff, little needles are just really terribly hard to sew with, especially when you're doing leather. Now, if the holes are, big and you can just drop the thing completely through there, that's one thing. But get you some of these long needles. These are 2 inches long. Got that really big eye in the back that you can see to actually get threaded. Some of us old people can't see that good anymore. And some of the young ones couldn't see to begin with. All right, you all. Didn't turn out too bad. Let's turn it back the other way. Turn that bad boy around. Now there's what we have. Look at that. Shoot, you ladies could carry that to the grocery store. Now we'll go over there to the table and we will put the straps on this thing, and I'll show you how it looks. That's deep enough, you guys, to put about 4 squirrels in right there. I think that's going to work out really nice for me. It'll be just like so when I get to... What do you all think? All right, you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rivet these straps on, okay? Because I have rivets. So we'll pre-punch the holes. And we'll slide the rivets in, okay? That's what we're going to do. Take very much when these things are thin, you guys. But there is a little, like a little anvil that you set underneath there. It's made out of metal. These are a little bit long, but they'll work. Now we'll put the other two in there and I'll show you what that looks like. You all see that pretty good? I hope you can. 4 rivets. That riveted that on. Now all we got to do is adjust that to Mike Reed. And I'm probably just going to rivet that together as well. But anyway, now all I need to do is put us a button on that bag, you guys. I bet you all can't see me right there, can you? Let me get this riveted together, and then I'll show it to you that way, guys. Check this out, you all. Make sure you make your strap long enough so that when you put your heavy clothes on, guys, that's what you're looking at, okay? See how it looks? It's just like one of them Gucci bags, don't y'all think? I mean, that's what a Gucci bag is. One of them fancy Italian Gucci's. Looks like. Now let me make us a button for it, and we're good to go. All right, you all, find the center of it. We're gonna use a deer antler. We're gonna sew that right on here, right on the bag, at the right point. Then we're just gonna make a slit in that flap, and we'll flap her right down. So there's where we want it. There's where we want it, and you guys can't see me. Sorry about that. Okay, we'll come over here, we'll take us an awl, and we'll just make us some marks where we want the holes. That's not hard at all. We'll just go ahead and punch them with the awl. And we will sew that button on there, and we'll be right back. Now we got the button sew on. All we do is come over here and press down until we find it where the button is, you guys. I always take the awl and I scratch a mark right there where that is. And take you a piece of wood, or here we've already got wood, so on the table. We make that split. And then we make the adjustments to where this will work really good for us, you guys. You want it tight to where it obviously don't come loose, but you want to be able to unbutton it easy as well. It's simple as just making a slot in it. And one thing about a deer antler, it ain't never going to wear out. So that's what it looks like. Check that out. I think that's going to work pretty good. I'll get about 4, maybe 5 bushy tails in that right there. Stuff them right in there and bring them home and skin them out. Anyway, you all, thanks for watching. Now, folks, I know there's people out there who are watching me who are a lot better at making this kind of stuff than I am. Most of my stuff is pretty dad-burn crude, but it still functions the way we want it to function. But I just took that old apron, that old leather apron that I've had for years now, welded with it and all kind of stuff, and I turned it into a usable product. Just hang that right there for the time being. And it was easy to do because I just showed you how to do it. So you all get in the habit of taking all your scraps of leather and saving that stuff so that you can use it for something, okay? Because you never know what you can make out of it or what you will need to use it for. Just because it's got a hole in it don't mean nothing. Sew the hole up and use it for that. But like I said, you can go to Harbor Freight. You can buy a cheap welding apron, okay? If you just want to make a product like this right here, go to Harbor Freight and buy you a cheap welding apron and do the same thing I did. I used the whole apron just about. I've got a couple of scraps of it left laying here somewhere. But anyway, that's all there is to it, you guys. With that, may the good Lord bless you. Hope you have yourself a wonderful weekend.